In the last video, we reviewed what you can expect during your shadow walk session, the purpose of the program, and how to prepare for it. In this video, we will touch base on the energies that run through your system and delve into the body's energy system and review how to engage with it to restructure the subconscious mind. This is the shadow walk preparation. Before we begin reviewing the tools for your shadow session, it is important to understand what we're looking for anyway. What we're looking for is your life theme. In order to accomplish this, we must journey through various memories and sift through your current limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are ideas, meanings, stories, excuses, and reasons for the patterns that keep you stopped in life. Your life theme is the root limiting belief that holds repetitive evidence throughout your life. This is what all other beliefs stem from. In order to access this, we will be utilizing your chakra system. The chakra system is our energy processing system, and it directly correlates to our subconscious mind. The chakra system is made up of various energy fields, centers, and channels that are located throughout the body. There are about 350 or so chakra centers that participate in this energy system, but when we do this practice, the Akashic limpid tuning practice, we're just focusing on the main 7. While there are many chakra centers within your being, there are also many traumas. However, just like there are 7 main centers for energetic processing, there are also 7 core traumas, one for each chakra. They build upon one another, and we tend to review them in 4-year increments, beginning from the ages of 0 through 28. Picture these chakras or wheels as 7 spheres of energy, like individual gyroscopes running down the center of your body on a straight road lined with spinning roundabouts, rotating clockwise from a third-party perspective, running from the base of your spine up through the top of your head. These energy centers act as generators of your emotional processing system. Much like gears in a clock or on a bike, these centers help process many factors of our human experience by circulating the emotional energy throughout the body. When the chakra system is functioning at its peak, then we are able to process, heal, rejuvenate, rest, and restore areas of need without necessarily even focusing on them. When it's exposed to trauma, it becomes blocked and it disperses unprocessed or toxic energy, which again feeds disease and then causes disease to various organs in the body. So understanding how to use the chakra system in the alt process is vital to our physical health and our emotional being, both in general and in the discovery of the life theme. While the roots of the chakra system have religious ties, it's important to know that there are no religious requirements to working with the system, and there isn't anything that you or your client has to believe as far as the system goes. It is simple, and above all, it simply works. During your shadow session, we will be using the chakra system to access your subconscious nervous system or the parasympathetic nervous system. This helps us access memories from your past. This slide gives you a general overview of the chakras and where they're located. They each have a name, an action or a rite, a purpose, an outlook, or a positive and negative frequency, an emotional meaning, and there's a color that represents them. Go ahead and pause this slide to look over all of the information. As we dive a little further into the chakra system and we explore these different attributes of it, we can see that there is a shadow or a block, also known as the 7 deadly sins: pride, wrath, envy, greed, sloth, lust, and gluttony, as well as a heavenly virtue for each: humility, patience, gratitude, charity, diligence, chastity, and temperance. There's also an emotional trigger that could set each one of these off, which would then possibly cause an excessive self-outlook, either negative or too positive. However, when they are balanced, you can see that it creates a state of homeostasis or a centeredness, that being awareness, reflective, disciplined, assured, confident, worth, and stability. While the chakras are activated at birth, the life theme is established within the first 7 years. Every 4 years until the age of 28, Each chakra center attaches to various memories that reinforce the subconscious frequency of the initial life theme. We begin your shadow session at 28, when the system is fully developed, and we work backward until we reach the root limiting belief, or the life theme. Go ahead and pause here to review how your subconscious mind interacts with your chakra system to embed life theme memories from the ages of 0 to 28. Now, to help our energetic chakra system process our energy, we're going to utilize our hands for this. This could be for opening, closing, or just the general processing. So the right hand is the one that delivers the energy. The left hand is the one that receives the energy. Counterclockwise will open it, and clockwise will close it. It doesn't matter whether you're working on somebody else or whether you're working on yourself. The base thing to remember is that if you want to open your chakras, it will be with the left hand, lefty-loosey, and you will always move toward the fingers and down. If you want to close the chakras or process the feelings, then it would be with your right hand, righty-tighty, and it would again be toward the fingers and down. So again, the right hand delivers, the left hand receives. Counterclockwise to open and clockwise to close. Remember, when I speak of clockwise and counterclockwise, I'm speaking from a third-party perspective, as though you were looking at a clock from the outside of your body. Now that you have an understanding of the subconscious mind and chakra system, let's discover how to find your life theme and other subconscious blocks using this system to reset and replace any limiting beliefs. We're going to be opening the chakras to allow for the emotional information to release so that we can bring forth the toxic energy and the memory associated with it. This allows the information to be felt so that we're able to emotionally access the memory, find the applied belief, and then reset the information. A review of these practices are being provided to you so that you are knowing what to expect on your shadow session. So more than anything, it's just for you to watch, understand, and to slightly practice this, but I don't necessarily want you to go ahead and perform this whole thing prior to. We will be doing this on your shadow session, or you and your coach will be doing this, and this is just so that you get an idea of what is to be expected. Make sure that when you are on your shadow session, you are relaxed and that you are alone. You never want to open your chakras with somebody else around. The opening of the chakras, again, is just to allow the toxic emotional energy to release from your system. And if for some reason you do open any chakras, you want to make sure that you close them prior to any activities or company. What you are in search of is your life theme, which just means that we are taking a journey into your past to figure out what the common emotions or limiting beliefs are. And what we're doing is we're going to utilize the chakra system to access these, which means that ultimately we are processing any residual emotion that wasn't fully completed, and we're bringing it to completion by using the subconscious system and the conscious mind. Remember that this module is for understanding only. Your coach will guide you during your shadow walk on when it is okay to open up each chakra, so do your best to not move ahead and to listen for instruction. Once you're relaxed and breathing slowly, you will begin by opening your crown chakra. Your coach will then ask you a series of questions. Throughout the process, you will begin to see a pattern to your life, and this pattern is what we call your life theme. This process, or the shadow walk, helps you to linearly align your past in such a way that the clarity of what stops you is easily seen. Opening the chakras is like literally flooding your system. Think of it like aligned water wheels where the water pours onto the next. When we open the chakra, we open from top to the bottom, which is like opening up one spout, allowing that information to flood out, and then opening up the next one to do the same, and so on. When we do this, the emotions begin pouring out of you, which helps the system to feel lighter. When closing the chakras, we move in the opposite direction, closing them from bottom to top. In a way, this is like a fracking process where we are releasing the emotions by flooding the system and aiming straight down. So, all right. So if you're going to open the chakras, then the first thing you want to make sure you're doing is that you are finding yourself a relaxed state. So whether that means that you want to, again, light a candle, incense, play some soft music or a quiet space, or get some chakra rocks out, you want to make sure that you're in a space by yourself, and same for your client. You want to go ahead and lie down on your back with your palms up so that you're in the receiving mode, and you're going to place your right hand on your groin and your left hand on your heart as you practice your breathing. You're going to begin by breathing in and out of your nose only. When we're breathing in and out of the nose, then this is what helps to slow down the breath, which means that we are able to start sinking into the body and get out of the head. You want to inhale up into the height of your forehead and then down, filling up from the bottom of the lungs to the top. So filling from your stomach to your chest. And then when you exhale, you want to release the same way. You want to release from the stomach to the chest so that you're almost pushing the air out from the bottom of the lungs to the top. This slide, by the way, is a mirror image. I realized that it's the back of a hand, but I couldn't find one that had the front of one. So I apologize for that. Just treat this slide as a mirror image. You're going to have your left hand with your palm open. You want to again hover it about 2 inches above each chakra. You're going to start with your crown first, and you're going to move from the top to the bottom. You're going to rotate your hand counterclockwise, lefty-loosey, but again, always toward the fingers and down. Okay, you're going to rotate it counterclockwise as shown on this slide about anywhere from 3 to 5 times, just until you kind of feel like it's open and you can feel that energy start to release. Sometimes just opening the chakras alone makes you cry. All right, as you open each chakra, you're going to want to help your body start circulating the energy. So what happens is we open up from the top and we move it down, which means that after each chakra is open, you're going to be pushing the energy down so that we can get all of the energy pushed down back to that root chakra for processing. The way that we do this is extend our arms down toward our groin and then keep our arms extended as we inhale and circle our arms up above our head. Once you exhale, you're going to go ahead and press and sweep your hands down real close to your body, back down to your groin. And again, inhale as you sweep them up. You want to repeat this cycle for about 3 to 5 times. That's when all of them are completely open. Until they're all completely open, you're just going to basically be moving the energy down to each chakra that opens as it goes. As you do your shadow walk, you will be carried through various stages in your life, and you will be asked for different experiences that come to mind. Do your best not to judge these experiences or discount them. As you do this, your subconscious system will bring a memory to your conscious mind. Once it's brought forward, you may think that this experience is silly, or it doesn't carry any weight, or it's not a big deal, and you'll try to maybe pass it by. You might also think that the experience is too painful and you'd rather not bring it forward. It is, however, important that you honor this revelation by speaking it anyway. Many times people think that they cannot remember these situations or memories, but your subconscious will always remember, and it will always deliver something within 3 seconds. If you exceed the time period, you can bet that your conscious brain has recognized it, and your subconscious mind has felt the emotional impact attached. It's delivered the emotional warning, and it has created a signal that it needs to abandon the idea before fully acknowledging the emotion and the experience itself. Therefore, when your subconscious mind dismisses something, it will wait for a new memory, but you might be brought with, well, I don't know. The best way to make sure that you actually find this answer is to speak the answer on the exhale. Your coach will walk you through how to do this specifically with your breath, and make sure that you speak it right after the question. So remember that your subconscious always knows, and your conscious brain can't think of it because the subconscious has to deliver it. This will take a deep listening of yourself and an honest response, especially if you're wanting to truly release the life theme. Do your best to avoid lying about what comes up, because it only hurts you and your progress, and you will be the one who knows if you are being true to you or not. Remember, as we're going through this journey, to think of it as a pearl versus an onion. Again, we're going to blow the thing up versus peel it, which means that we're going to take hours of going through your past versus years of going through it. Now, after we blow it up, remember that there are going to be pieces of shrapnel, which are basically additional memories that are still left to process. These memories may not have come up during your shadow walk, but they will come up after in life, and they're just memories that help to reinforce the life theme versus establish it. Any memories that come up are considered trauma. It doesn't mean that something horrible had to have happened to you to establish the life theme. It just means that trauma is the unprocessed emotion that has been suppressed over time that still needs completion. All right, the next thing is closing the chakras, which is basically winding the clock or watering the seed. So remember, just like an old time watch, if you wound that watch, then it would start processing everything on its own. So that's really what the closing of the chakras does. So this exercise gets to reinstall new life themes into your subconscious mind, utilizing the chakra system again. And you're going to do this with your right hand, the palm open. Again, this right here is a mirror image. Remember, I couldn't find the palm facing you, so you're going to hover, again, about 2 inches above each chakra, but this time you're starting with the root chakra first, and you're going to be doing righty-tighty as though you're outside of your body looking at it, which again is always toward the fingers and down. It doesn't matter if you're working on yourself or somebody else, it's always toward the fingers and down. So you're going to rotate your hand clockwise above each chakra, as shown in the mirrored reflection, and then you're going to pull the energy up to the next chakra, and then implant the seeds. Close it as you repeat the seeds to yourself. Wait for that tingle, pull the energy up. And that's what you're going to do to close the system. Once you are done closing the chakra system, you're going to again circulate the energy, except for this time you're going to be doing it in the opposite direction. So instead of extending toward the groin, you're now going to extend toward your head. Then you're going to exhale as you keep your arms extended, circling down toward the groin, and then sweeping up on your inhale, keeping your hands close to your body. Again, back up above your head and down toward the groin. Repeat this for about 3 to 5 breaths. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. All right, so time to go ahead and prepare yourself for your shadow session. What you're going to need to make sure that you have is a 2 to 3 hour window of time. You need to be alone in a quiet space with 0 distractions, have the ability to relax and recline, maybe have a candle or a couple candles lit and some music playing, some gentle meditation music playing, a glass of water, some tissues, and you want to make sure that you have a bathroom visit before you begin.